Hello and welcome to another episode of Conference Conversations. The NATH Annual Conference is this November from the 10th to the 12th with pre and post conference workshops and certifications. And with me today, I have Rachel Horton-White, and she is one of our great presenters, and she is going to be talking about accessing Akashic records. So I'm going to turn it over to you. Welcome, Rachel. I guess the first thing I want to know is what got you into transpersonal hypnotherapy?
Oh, transpersonal hypnotherapy. I learned about it through SWIHA, the Southwest Institute for Healing Arts, and I actually wanted to learn intuitive angel guidance, and that's why I initially signed up for their program. And part of the package was hypnotherapy, and I didn't know anything about it, but the more I read about it and the power of accessing the subconscious mind to clear blocks and to heal, I was like, well, this makes sense. This is probably absolutely transformational for people. And so I kept learning more and more and more from them, and the transpersonal approach I really liked because it's a way to kind of support people with other tools and their emotional well-being, rather than just delivering a script and being done with it, which I do. So since then, I talk about the power of hypnotherapy and reprogramming in the subconscious mind all the time. It is really, honestly, one of the only things that works to help people feel better. So
that's awesome. It is. It's a great modality along with everything else that you do, I'm sure, with life coaching, with Akashic records and all of that. And that's why at NATH, at our conference, we always have the other side of things too, not just clinical hypnosis. We do have things like the Akashic records. We have a lot of life between lives topics and things like that. So I know that you're talking on Akashic records. Can you tell us what your attendees will gain out of it, or what can they expect from your presentation?
Well, first they'll learn about what the Akashic records are, because some people don't know what they are. And they'll learn how, I'm a big believer that we need to experience some sort of modalities first ourselves to really understand how they help us. So really what we'll be focusing on is teaching people to access their own Akashic records. And it's really more of a, an introduction. Hopefully they will actually go into their Akashic records, which is, real briefly, it's the records of, all their past lives, their soul lessons, life purpose, and just really healing guidance for how to proceed in their life. So, I think for clients, it's, ideally these people who come to the workshop could learn eventually how to do readings for people, which I do teach separately, of course, which is, for me in my practice, that's what I do. Akashic records readings actually more than anything else. And I view it as kind of an assessment for people to kind of get an overview of what's going on. And actually what I enjoy doing is then it'll help us kind of from that deep soul-based state, or I guess from the guides, from the masters in the Akashic records, have a sense of what to work on in hypnotherapy. So it's like in my view, it's like the truth coming from their internal soul, and how what they could do to kind of move forward in the way in their highest and best way. So it's just it's a really sacred and powerful way to help people in a way that really speaks to them.
It sounds like it. So you use your Akashic readings to help people decipher what they want to do hypnotherapy on and include that in there?
I do, in a way. Yeah. I mean, not everybody that gets the reading ends up doing hypnotherapy,
Sure.
but it gives them a sense of hope, and it gives them a sense of what to do for whatever issue they're experiencing in their life and how to help heal that. And then, it's the same things that a lot of all the modalities that we, talk about and that people are talking about at the conference, working with the inner child, clearing, trauma, And then of course, I know you teach this and I learned it from you, life between life regression, where they actually take the client into their Akashic records and the person's experiencing it themselves, which is really amazing. So yeah, I think I don't even know if I answered your whole question.
No, you did. The other question that I have is just about what will they expect from your presentation? Will they get a reading? Will you do a group something? What
So
will the
I won't be,
experiential be?
yeah, I won't be doing readings for people. They'll be going in their own Akashic records. So really, I'll be teaching them the prayer that I use to enter in my Akashic records, and I use it when I go into the client's Akashic records. So we'll all be going in our own personal Akashic records together. And so I'll be guiding them. It'll feel like a guided meditation for people. And that'll be about 15, 20 minutes. And so they'll have the experience of being in that dimension for themselves and knowing what it would feel like for, when if they ever end up deciding to, learn to read the Akashic records for clients, what it's like. And hopefully it'll be helpful for them in their own life and in their businesses. And yeah,
I think that'll be amazing, because to me, and I get readings, I give readings, all of that, but when you can access it yourself and you can literally feel it, know it, experience it either in a life between lives, or as you're saying, in this experiential where they're going to reach their own, I just think it's so much more powerful.
Yeah.
Because it's all about you, right?
Right.
So I'm really looking forward to that.
Yeah.
Anything else you can tell us about the conference? You've been there a couple times now. Why
Yeah.
the NATH Conference? Why do you come all the way from Maine to Virginia Beach?
Well, I love Virginia Beach, and I love NATH. I love learning from you. And I really I love the different I'm a very deeply spiritual person, as are you. And so I resonate with sort of like the life between life and the childhood chakra regression. I don't know. I mean, I know there's others. I actually did present at a virtual conference for a different hypnotherapy. And it was fine, but it didn't, call to me as much.
Right.
And last year at the hypnotherapy conference, there's actually somebody I knew, who I saw there, and I knew her from a different place, and she became a hypnotherapist, and so we hung out a little bit, and I met some new people, and it's a really lovely opportunity to just get away. For one, I actually enjoy just getting away and having my own hotel room and being on the ocean and going for runs in the morning and just connecting with like-minded people who see the world the same way I do, which we don't always get.
Absolutely. I think it's our niche with NATH. We're the oldest transpersonal hypnotherapy association. And I really think that Alan had something way back when, and he knew it. And now I look at other conferences and go to other conferences, and it's all starting to seep in now, but we were here and we're going to be here. And our conference is growing and growing with other people. As you say, you didn't even know that, somebody was going to be there. And I think that's one of the coolest parts about our conferences is that they're not so large that you feel like you're just in a mill, and yet they're not too small either. They're just where you can come and meet people and talk to people and even talk to the presenters. I'm sure you're open to talking to people about your presentation and even your book that's out, I hear. What book is this that we're talking about?
Yeah, Tools for the Awakening Soul, a guide to activate your intuition and uncover your life's purpose, is like a spiritual toolkit I wrote last year, and it's really an assembly of different, case studies with clients, my own sort of stuff I've done in my life. And I've tried to make it really interactive so people can do writing reflections, and there's different graphics, and it's just, meditations, from how to kind of quiet the mind, meditate, to connecting with spirit and forms of spirit, working through ego. I do throw in a little bit about the Akashic records there. And so I'll bring some copies, and last year I think I sold some. So
I hope you will. We can consign them for you too at the NATH table. We'll have different people's books there, so we can do that for you if you don't have a vendor's table. And I look
Great.
forward to seeing you. And for everybody else out there, you can see Rachel's talk on Friday at 9 a.m. You're actually kicking off our conference
Am
for
I?
us with the
Wow.
Akashic Records with a couple of other things, but you are one of the first. So if you haven't gotten your hotel room for Thursday night yet, get it for Thursday night so that you can see Rachel at 9 o'clock on Friday morning. And I will see you then just in a few short weeks. We're getting there.
Mhm.
And hopefully it'll be warm in Virginia Beach this year. I know Ohio's already starting to get cold. I'm sure Maine is too. We're both in
Getting
sweaters.
colder. Yeah. Yeah. I'm wearing a sweater today. Although I was
Exactly,
wearing
me
a shirt
too.
last week. Yeah.
Yep. So thank you for being with us today. And I look forward to
Thank
seeing
you.
you. Okay.
Thank you.
All right. Bye now. Thanks.
Bye.